Have you ever heard of a disease that makes people dance uncontrollably? No, this isn't a setup to a joke, but a real historical event that took place in 1518. In the heart of Strasbourg, a city in the Holy Roman Empire, a woman named Frau Trophea stepped out into the street and began to dance. There was no music playing, no celebration underway, yet she danced with a fervor that was both fascinating and unsettling. As if caught by an infectious rhythm, others soon joined her. The streets of Strasbourg transformed into a grand yet eerie dance floor. The townsfolk watched in disbelief as the number of dancers grew day by day, their bodies swaying in a rhythm of their own. The spectacle was both captivating and confusing, a spontaneous outbreak of dance, the likes of which no one had seen before. Soon the dancing epidemic had spread to around 400 people, showing no signs of stopping. As the dancing plague continued, the city officials were at a loss for what to do. Theories whirled through the city like a wild wind, each more bewildering than the last. Some whispered of curses laid by vengeful spirits, while others spoke in hushed tones of demonic possession. The medical minds of the time, limited by the knowledge of the era, pointed to hot blood, believing that the feverish dance was the body's attempt to cool down. The city's learned men huddled together, their brows furrowed in deep thought. In a move that might seem counterproductive today, they decided to encourage the dancing. Their logic: allow the afflicted to dance the sickness out of their systems. So, stages were erected throughout Strasbourg, musicians were hired, and the city transformed into a bizarre stage where the macabre dance continued day and night. Can you imagine the scene? The rhythmic beats of the drum, the shrill notes from the pipes, and the constant shuffling of feet, all against the backdrop of a city gripped by an inexplicable terror. The dancers, caught in the throes of their affliction, continued their relentless jig, their faces etched with exhaustion and despair. Yet the officials' plan did not yield the desired results. The music, instead of soothing the afflicted, seemed to fuel their frenzy further. The dancing continued unabated, and the toll it took on the dancers was heartbreaking. Their bodies, pushed beyond their limits, began to give way. Exhaustion gripped the dancers and they fell one by one, their bodies unable to keep up with the relentless rhythm. Some even succumbed to their ordeal, their hearts giving up under the strain, turning the city into a grim tableau of death and despair. Despite their efforts, the dancing continued, leading to exhaustion and, in some cases, death. The dancing plague of 1518 remains an enigma, a bizarre blip in the annals of history that continues to baffle and fascinate us to this day. As quickly as it began, the dancing plague came to an end. The once vibrant streets of Strasbourg fell silent, leaving a community in shock and drenched in confusion. The dancers, once entranced in their relentless rhythm, found their feet still, their hearts quieted. The reverberations of the mad dance slowly faded, leaving only whispers of the bizarre spectacle. The aftermath was as haunting as the event itself. Survivors were left physically drained and psychologically scarred. The community was fractured, struggling to comprehend the inexplicable frenzy that had consumed their friends, their families, their neighbors. The city's spirit was as weary as the dancers themselves. In the years that followed, the dancing plague of 1518 became a tale told in hushed tones, a shadowy memory that lingered in the hearts of the survivors. Despite attempts to understand, to rationalize, to explain, the dancing plague defied all conventional wisdom. And so it remains, even today. The dancing plague of 1518 remains one of history's most puzzling mysteries. So what can we make of this bizarre episode in history? Well, it's a question that has intrigued historians, psychologists, and medical experts for centuries. The dancing plague of 1518 remains an enigmatic piece in our historical puzzle, with theories ranging from mass hysteria to psychological phenomena. Some scholars suggest that the relentless dancing could have been a result of stress-induced psychosis, a collective reaction to the harsh living conditions of the time. Others propose that the afflicted may have ingested ergot, a mold that grows on damp rye, and can cause hallucinations and spasms when consumed. But these are just theories, and the truth remains elusive. This event no doubt reflects the cultural and medical understanding of the time, a period when supernatural entities were often blamed for unexplainable occurrences. While we may never fully understand what caused the dancing plague of 1518, it serves as a stark reminder of the strange and fascinating turns that history can take.